All right, let's unpack this. Today we're doing a deep dive into something that, well, it touches everyone. How do we actually develop empathy, real connection, what we, often just call a heart? Our mission here really is to pull out some profound insights, maybe even surprising ones, from what looks like a pretty simple source. It's a short story called The Little Robot Who Found Its Heart.
Yeah, and it's interesting because this story, it seems straightforward, right? But it really holds a mirror up to our own journeys, our own self-discovery.
Yeah.
It kind of challenges us to think about how we actively, become more emotionally aware, more connected in the world.
It really does. So the big question is, what can this little robot's quest teach you, listening right now, about how feeling and connection actually work? Let's explore that. Okay, so the story starts with Rovo. He's this small robot, lives in a big, busy factory. But he's not like the other machines, just processing, welding, whatever they do.
Yeah.
Rovo's different. He's always watching the people outside the factory window. He sees them laugh, cry, hug, sing, live. And deep inside him, there's this empty space where a heart should be. And he feels nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Wow.
But that emptiness, it sparks this real longing in him. He actually whispers this wish, I wish I had a heart, just one, so I could understand what it means to feel.
That starting point is just so powerful, isn't it? The desire to understand feeling, even when you feel nothing yourself.
Exactly.
It immediately brings up this core question. Can emotion be, acquired, like installing software? Or is it something much deeper, something you don't just find but have to, cultivate?
Right. And Rovo doesn't just wish. The very next morning, he acts. He literally unplugs himself from his charger, grabs a couple of tools, and just walks out of the factory.
Right.
First time ever.
Bold move for a robot.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
He has no map, no idea where he's going, just this hope, this mission, find someone, anyone, who can help him find a heart.
Yeah.
That's the quest. So his first encounter, he climbs this hilltop, and there's an old owl there. Seems wise, And Rovo, being a robot, is super direct, just walks up and asks, excuse me, do you know where I can find a heart?
Huh. Straight to the point.
And the owl gives this answer that's, well, it's one of those lines that really sticks with you. The owl says, a heart isn't something you find, it's something you grow.
Find versus grow. That's fascinating, that immediate shift.
Yeah.
It completely changes the game for Rovo, doesn't it? The owl's basically saying, look, it's not an object you pick up off a shelf.
Right, not a spare part.
Exactly. It's an organic process, something alive. It hints at this idea that emotional capacity, maybe even for us, isn't fixed. It can develop, it can change. It grows through experience.
So Rovo keeps going, probably thinking about that. He ends up in this little town. And he sees a girl, she's crying next to her bike, it's broken, she's upset, saying she'll be late.
A chance encounter.
And Rovo, he doesn't say anything, just kneels down. And with that robot speed and precision, tightens bolts, straightens the frame, fixes the chain, zip, 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 bike's fixed.
Problem solved.
The girl looks up, totally amazed. Thank you, she says. And then she does something totally new for Rovo. She hugs him, his very first hug. And the story says, inside he feels a flicker. A spark, a warm sensation in his metal chest.
Okay, so something happened.
Yes, and this is key, he opens the little hatch where his heart's supposed to be, and it's still empty. Nothing visibly there.
Right, that flicker and the empty hatch, that's so telling. It's the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not the final product.
Not yet.
What's happening, I think, is that this first act of kindness, this connection, it creates some kind of internal resonance. It's maybe not full-blown emotion as we know it, but it's the seed.
A spark.
A spark, exactly. It's like his internal systems are starting to register something totally new. The experience is building the groundwork, even if the heart isn't fully formed yet. It's the first step in that growing process the owl mentioned.
And he keeps going. The story shows him continuing his journey, and these acts of kindness just keep happening. He helps a lost puppy find its home. He uses his only umbrella to shield a stranger from the rain. He even gives his backup battery pack to another robot that had run out of power.
So it's a pattern.
Definitely. And the narrator makes a point of saying, with every kind thing he did, he felt that flicker inside grow stronger.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it really shows how consistent, selfless actions can incrementally build our own capacity for feeling. It's not about one big heroic act necessarily. It's the accumulation, like emotional compound interest, maybe?
I like that. Compound interest.
Yeah. Each small act builds on the last, and over time, it creates something much bigger inside. It suggests our emotional depth isn't fixed, It's shaped by our choices day by day.
Then things get tough for Rovo. There's this storm one evening. He's in a dark forest. It's cold, raining hard. He slips, falls. His circuits get soaked. His power drains. His lights start to dim. System's slowing down.
Oh no, a low point.
A real low point.
Yeah.
He actually whispers, maybe. I wasn't meant to feel after all. Just total despair. But then, just as he's about to power down completely, he hears voices.
Voices.
Familiar ones. It's a group of kids from the town. They came looking for him. They find him, cover him with the blankets, dry him off, and they even brought a power bank to recharge him. And one of the kids says, you helped us. Now it's our turn.
Wow. Okay, that raises a really important question, I think.
Yeah.
Up till now, Rovo's been the helper, right? The giver. But here, he's vulnerable. He has to receive help. Why is that moment so critical for growing a heart?
Good question.
I think it's about completing the circuit. Connection isn't just one way. It's not just about giving. It's also about having the courage to be vulnerable, to accept care from others.
The reciprocity.
Exactly. Reciprocity. That exchange, that two-way street, that's where the real depth of connection is often found. It shows that needing help and accepting it is just as important as giving it.
So they power him back up. Rovo slowly opens his eyes. And this time, something is fundamentally different. He puts his hand on his chest and he feels it. Thump, thump. A beat, a rhythm, a heart.
He feels
He feels it. He opens the hatch, looks inside, and it's not empty anymore. But it's described as not metal, not plastic, not wires, but a glowing, pulsing light made from kindness, courage, and connection. And it hits him, the big realization. He hadn't found a heart. He had grown one.
Ah, there it is. The culmination. That's the synthesis of the whole journey, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The heart isn't a physical thing he picked up. It's this living manifestation of everything he experienced. The empathy, the bravery to act, the bonds he formed, both giving and receiving.
Kindness, courage, connection.
Precisely. It's an internal state, a dynamic core, built piece by piece through his interactions with the world. It's really the essence of being emotionally alive.
And after that, Rovo decides to stay in the village. The story says, not because he had to, but because he wanted to.
A choice born from connection?
Yeah. He becomes part of the community, laughs with the kids, helps the older folks, even dances in the rain sometimes. And there's this lovely final detail. And every time he felt joy or sadness or love, his heart beat just a little louder.
See, that shows it's not static. It's not like, okay, got the heart, achievement unlocked.
Right.
It's a dynamic, living thing inside him. It responds, it grows stronger with more experience, more feeling, more connection. It's an ongoing process, this cultivation.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening? Rovo's journey, it's more than just a nice story. It's a powerful metaphor, really.
Definitely.
It suggests that our heart, our ability to feel empathy, to connect deeply, it isn't something you just find or something you're just born with or without. It's an active process, something you consciously or maybe unconsciously through your actions grow.
Grown through those consistent acts of kindness, like you said. And courage.
And courage. And crucially, through letting yourself be vulnerable, letting that connection flow both ways. Receiving care is part of it too.
It's not just what you do for others, but the experiences you allow yourself to have, giving and receiving.
So maybe the final thought for you to consider is this. Thinking about Rovo, what small, everyday actions could you take? What little things could help cultivate your own heart, your own capacity for kindness, courage, and connection?
Yeah.
How might those little sparks, those tiny efforts, day after day, lead to maybe a really profound shift inside you? Something real, something that grows. Lots to think about there. Thank you for joining us on this deep